Hello you fantastic people and welcome back to Borderlands 3. I know it's been a hot minute, I've been unwell unfortunately, but there are some big things that have been announced today in Borderlands 3, or actually it was last night while I was asleep. On the Borderlands show, there's heaps of cool new things coming to Borderlands 3 and a weird update that I didn't really expect to be this soon and not the way they thought I was going to do it. But a lot of info to cover, so I'm going to get straight into it. Essentially it'll just be an update video of me going through all the cool stuff that's coming to Borderlands 3 in the most efficient way possible. So let's get into it. First thing, there's a level cap increase. And that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing for some people, because, you know, the big event for getting all the loot and the anointeds has just finished, and is just about to finish with the red chest situation, and then they're going to increase the level cap, which is annoying, but also the drop rates have just stayed up increase. I've been testing them while I've just been unwell on the couch, and they're still up, so they're still good to, you know, keep farming, etc. So I wouldn't be too phased about that if I was you guys. It just means you can keep farming for all that good stuff. The biggest / weirdest thing is they only increased it by 3. Out of the games I played from memory, they went from level 50 to 61, and then from 61 to 72. So like a decent like 10, 11 level increase, so that it was like worth it. Like I enjoy leveling up in the game. I like, you know, progressing, getting the XP, all that fun stuff, and then, you know, going for the guns again, because I feel like farming for the guns is like the best part about the game. So if you've got all of them, then it's just like, what are you farming for? But they've only increased it by 3, which is odd. Not really sure why they've only increased it by 3. I feel like they're just going to increase it again in a few months, because that's generally how they work in Borderlands 3. They just keep increasing the level cap, which, to be honest, I'm down for. But 3 levels isn't that much. I feel like our level 50s could handle a level 53, like, you know, enemy situation. We'll see how we go. That could be a good thing, I guess. You could just sort of power level to 53 and then just use your setup to farm again for those level 53 weapons. The best thing that I'm keen about for a level increase means there is 3 extra skill points that you can put into those builds. I'm keen to just pump as many things into Flak as you possibly can, because there's just so many damage multipliers for Flak. Like, I haven't played too many other characters yet, obviously, but Flak with an extra 3 skill points, that is a huge buff in damage. So keen for that. That'll be excellent, and I'm just keen to see what the community can do with an extra 3 skill points in all of their builds. But yeah, that'll be coming in the February patch. There is no date announced for the February patch for some reason. It is obviously within February sometime, but I guess just stay tuned for the date for whenever that comes out. But that is not the only thing coming in the February patch. There's actually a lot of stuff happening. The Melee Mod Takedown scaling event deal, the switch that was supposed to go in the game, which in the last update video I made, I thought was happening like straight away. Turns out I was wrong. It isn't in the game yet. It is coming in the February patch, confirmed on the Borderlands show last night, which, if you don't already know what that is, essentially the Melee Mod Takedown was originally a 4-player difficulty scaled event. In the update / hotfix from like 2-3 weeks ago now, they made it scalable to however many people are in your party. So if you're a solo player, casual player, you can now do it on a single player difficulty, which is awesome for me particularly, because I very rarely play with anybody else. But if you guys are like a boss at this game and you guys want to do the raid on 4-player difficulty with just one person, you can actually do that as of the February patch, which I thought was already happening. Apparently it's not out yet. There'll be a switch in the raid area itself that you can switch it back to the original raid mode, which is dope. Essentially, you just have the choice to do whichever you want. Another big thing that I know a lot of people are excited about is skippable cutscenes in Borderlands 3. Personally, I'm not too phased about them, to be honest. I'd rather they just actually fix them so that the audio wasn't off every single time I play the game. I'd like to just do one run where all the cutscenes actually play correctly with the audio synced up to the video, so I don't have to like hide my eyes from the pain that I'm currently watching. But yeah, for people who want to skip the cutscenes and just fly through the game as quickly as possible to get their max level characters, then you guys can do that now. The skippable cutscenes will be out as of the February patch as well. Believe it or not, there is even more stuff coming to the February patch. The Guardian rank toggling system is coming out, which is dope. If you guys don't know what that is, essentially a whole bunch of people in the community didn't want the Guardian ranks to constantly be turned on, so they didn't want their particular buffs, mostly for things like builds. I know there's a few that mess with a few different builds, like I'm pretty sure one of them is if you kill an enemy, your shield automatically recharges. For a build that relies on your shield being broken, that doesn't really help. And for a bunch of other stuff like speedrunners who want to compete on a level playing field with no extra buffs, that helps them out. They can start doing speedruns and it'll be actually a fair comparison. But Gearbox actually went one step further and went even better with it. You can now actually, well, as of the February patch, will be able to toggle individual perks on and off, which is fantastic. We just thought it would be completely off or completely on. You'll be able to just toggle off the one like perk that's ruining your build and just leave the rest, so you can keep the extra luck or keep the fight for your life bonus, stuff like that. You can keep those in and just toggle off the ones you want. Speaking of fight for your life, there are some improvements coming to the fight for your life system in multiplayer, which I know a lot of people in the community will love to hear. They're not coming in the February patch. Apparently they're scheduled for like the March update situation, but essentially you'll be able to multiple people will be able to help revive one person. So if you're in like a 4-player game game, one person goes down. If all 3 people run to them and start reviving them, the revival will actually be quicker. For however many extra people are reviving you, the speed that you'll get up is faster, if that makes sense. Also, apparently the radius in which they start reviving you is much bigger, so if like you're getting knocked around from getting shot, or rockets being shot at you, or grenades going off, etc., you'll be able to keep reviving them and be able to run back to their spot rather than being knocked out of the radius in which you can revive them. Again, if that made sense. But yeah, that's a relatively small piece of information for you guys compared to the very last one, which is probably one of the more important or exciting things that are coming to Borderlands 3, is a new seasonal event for Valentine's Day. It's called the Broken Hearts event or something like that. Starts from the 13th of February, so literally tomorrow, maybe in 2 days because American time. But regardless, whatever date it is in America, from the 13th of February to the 20th of February, the Broken Hearts event will be on. What that is essentially is a seasonal event, just like the Halloween Bloody Harvest event. Same thing, you go back to Maurice and he'll give you a bunch of missions. You can toggle this on and off, by the way. Great addition to the game. Thank you, Gearbox. From the main menu, you can toggle the event on and off. A lot of people didn't want the ghost constantly being in their game throughout the entire event. Personally, I didn't want them either all the time. I did enjoy the event, but when I'm doing a playthrough, I didn't want them. So, same deal. Now you can toggle that on and off. If you guys want to do the event, you can turn it on. So what it is in-game, from my understanding, there's like little love hearts over the top of random enemies in the game, just like the Bloody Harvest event, scattered throughout the game. You can kill those enemies, and I believe you have to shoot the heart, and it can drop loot, which is pretty damn awesome. And then Maurice will count how many times you've broken hearts, and it's just like the Bloody Harvest event where there was challenges, then get all the way up to, I believe it was 100 points or whatever the hell it's called, and they give you rewards as you go along breaking hearts. And I've just put up the list on Borderlands.com. The first one is a skin, the second one is a weapon trinket, boring. The third one though is pretty damn exciting. It is a new SMG, which you can only get within the event, so definitely get on it ASAP because it's only going to be out for 1 week. The fourth one is the Heartbreaker Vault Hunter skin, and the fifth one, the final one, is the Wedding Invitation, which is a legendary Jacobs sniper rifle. Again, you can only get in the event, so definitely get on it ASAP during the event time. Of course, if you guys want to read in the patch notes, updates, future upcoming events, stuff like that in Borderlands, you can always access it through Borderlands.com, or if you guys have Twitter, feel free to hit the link in the description. I'm on Twitter there, and I always retweet all the important stuff that Gearbox has. For example, I retweeted the patch notes for this update coming, and if you guys want to check that out, feel free to check the description, and it'll be on my page there. But yeah, I have absolutely no idea how long this video has been going on for. I've been trying to do it as quickly as possible, so if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to smash subscribe down below and hit that bell. I'd really appreciate it, and get hyped for Borderlands 3 actually coming back with some new events and exciting updates coming, which I'm keen for. If you guys found this video helpful, feel free to smash like down below and share it with your friends so they know what's coming in Borderlands 3. But yeah, other than that, I shall see you guys in the next video and or live stream, which will, fingers crossed, be back soon. Till then, have a fantastic day, and adios.